And we are live, baby.
What's up, everybody?
We are back.
1 month break.
1 month away. Actually, when we left, it was still cold as shit outside. It was dark. Like, it feels like it was dark 3 hours before we started the stream. I still have daylight outside my window right now. This is crazy.
Dude, your basement looks exactly the same. I just imagine. Is that your basement?
This is my basement, yep.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there?
All right. Let's get a video rolling, and I'll do a what's up to the chat. Hello.
Let's start it off. I like to highlight videos, and this is, we do all sorts of freestyle, whatever, and this is just a piece of amazing cinematic FPV deliciousness.
Is anyone in the chat flown in Africa? I was wondering how difficult it is to get gear over there. How different you have to set crossfire up, etc. This looks amazing.
You're gonna have to contact this guy about what it's like to fly in Africa.
Yeah, I wonder if you need special permitting.
Nambia specifically.
Oh, look at how you know. Bro!
Dude.
National Geographic all day, dude.
Right?
Like, they'll pick up this. They'll want this guy for footage or someone like him.
It's beautiful.
He knows what he's doing. I wonder how much those. See, I haven't wanted to do any pro stuff ever with drones, but if I could do this kind of stuff for National Geo or anything, maybe I should look into that. Looks amazing.
Yeah. Well, listen, this cinematic FPV is a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a part of FPV that you need to practice, just like freestyle or racing. You can't just be some racer dude or just some freestyle dude and go out and grab amazing cinematic freestyle. You have to practice.
And there's a whole different. I think there's probably a different set of skills and things that you consider that are far beyond just the flying the drone.
Oh my goodness! And like, on top of everything, Franco, you can't just be setting your camera on no auto exposure.
Forget it, I'm out. Forget it.
What is going on in the chat? I'm seeing Danish Stallion. Nay!
Oh,
I'm seeing Myopic, aka Brett. What's up, my man? Bad Luck FPV forevermore. Goldfinger operating in here. I'm glad you guys are joining us.
Did you say hi to Bad Luck? Jinx? Waldo's in there, the mayor of FPV. J-Bo, what up, J-Bo?
I mean, this footage has to be some of the most amazing FPV footage caught to date. I'm wondering what he's flying here. I haven't even given that much thought. This is probably not just a GoPro. It's probably a mix of things. Man, look at how high. What are those things? Are those caribou? What are those that are jumping up like that, like crazy?
You know, I've probably seen them in a zoo. And I probably read the sign for them.
I mean, those suckers are jumping like a good. It looks like 8 feet in the air.
Yeah, it was crazy high. Satisfying. So satisfying.
I know, right?
Travel Uncharted. That was awesome.
That was great, right?
That was really good. That was really good.
Impala, Goldfinger Operator has laid it on us. It's a Chevy Impala jumping in the fields of Africa.
Good old American made.
I believe him. I believe Goldfinger Operator. He is a smart man. I believe if he says it's an Impala, it's a freaking Impala.
If you haven't already, please share that we've gone live. Danish, thanks for letting me know that the link was acting weird in the Discord server. Hey, what's up, Fuse? How are you, sir? So if you could, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the Super Critical live stream. I think that helps with the algorithms, thumbs up, and all that stuff. And then if you are feeling generous, feel free to share the link and let people know that we're on now. We got a lot of videos that were submitted, and we're gonna throw those into the randomizer, and we will be looking at those. But grab a drink, sit back. We got a couple more cool videos to check out. Two more.
Got two more really dope freestyle videos. This next one is an amazing looking bando that's flown incredibly well by one of my Polish brothers in the motherland. Here we go. I believe the pilot goes by Pro Skate. And here it is. This bando is absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen this or not yet, Franco, but I'm looking for a way now. I'm falling down. I mean, he's got the dingles in the image there, which kills me a little bit. But the flying is like...
Yeah, it's hard because the dingles, like, they send me off on this thought that I'm, like, not watching his video, and I'm like, is he keeping it in there because it's showing me that stabilization's off, or does he just not hit? Holy cow. That was awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't even know which way it was up anymore.
Your mic audio is coming in a little quiet, by the way.
Oh, why is this? Is the I'm not trying to be a dick. Is the volume up on your TV? I haven't changed anything on my end.
Let me check. I mean, there's nothing for me to change in terms of volume on airtime. I can turn up and down the video volume, but I can't turn your volume up and down.
How does this sound? A lot hotter?
A little better.
Okay, I pushed it to as high as it can go.
Okay.
Turned it to 11.
Whew.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
Can you, like, this spot, look at how many places there are to go. Like that dive hole he just did had 4 different directions he could exit out of.
And it's relatively clean from there's no dangling.
Right?
So this might predate when they used to run a ton of wire in the ceiling. I mean, it's just really clean looking. Well, there's another one right there.
Yeah. And again, you know, this is in Europe, and in general in Europe, it's their building practices are way different. And where we make a lot of structures with metals and wood, theirs is like all brick and concrete always.
Even the entrances have been cleared.
Like it's such a trip because that line right there, I couldn't tell which way was up and which way was down.
There's been a couple times where I haven't been able to tell that. Which I think is a good thing. Just this whole little section of town that hasn't just left. Yeah, that was cool. Ooh, yeah. Gap stacking. Like it.
It's like anywhere you point the quad, there's somewhere to go.
But you know what, I agree, but he's doing a really good job of maintaining a very steady speed. And I think that's what's so impressive is I don't see much speed checking or much like roll or correction. It feels very constant, and so he's not applying the brakes, which is awesome.
I actually chatted with this guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm on a Polish FPV group. Because those are my people, and I was chatting with him, and he is also a cinematic pilot. Like, as for work, he flies drones commercially or on productions and stuff like that. So
okay.
His fingers are it looks like they're pretty trained.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Who was that again?
Pro Skate.
Pro Skate
is what he goes by.
Is that
okay, should we queue up this next video? Because this next video is a brain melter. Like,
okay,
this one, nobody flies like this. Nobody currently flies like this, and it's amazing to watch.
This one's called I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Watching it, it'll be very apparent that he knows exactly what he's doing.
Let's see it.
This guy flies with 45-degree camera tilt. 45-degree camera tilt.
I've seen a little. I haven't seen the whole. I saw an edit of this. What I love about his style is it's very clear when he's changing directions. It's like it's a very precise angle change, and it almost feels like a robot, but it feels so good. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
It's like a click, 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 click.
He flies this thing here, like he goes up and down the ladder with such control. It's insane.
So 45 allows you to do things a little bit more easily, especially a lot of the stuff that's super popular right now, trippy spins and matty flip.
Yeah.
But would you, Dan Z, consider changing your camera angle?
Shit, I might. I don't know, man. This is freaking cool. I don't know. I think this is kind of almost like bridging that Spang gap, right?
Yeah.
But with Spang, you fly really low camera tilt, I believe. But like he doesn't fly flowy proximity lines per se. I know that's kind of hard to say as he's like flying underneath this thing, but you don't see him shooting a lot of tiny gaps and things like that. No, it's a different style. Come on.
Yeah, he's getting that was a really sick segment of that video.
Come on. Nobody flies like this right now. The last time I saw someone that kind of flew like this was that Florent Roque guy.
Yeah, I remember.
From a few years ago.
From Drib's video contest.
Yeah. And it's like he saw that and he was like, okay, I'm going to push that. And dude.
I really like what I'm looking at. I guess my question is those are super locked in orbits. Good for you, bro. Great track for this too.
Yeah. You're gonna like this right here. Reverse slalom.
I saw that, and I started practicing that.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
That's
saw that.
awesome.
I was
Oh,
like, I can't believe I didn't think about doing that.
ATEC in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
He's saying
ATEC.
that Os Plumes does 3D stuff as well.
So Marius also put out. Did you see that?
No.
Marius put out an experimenting with 3D, and I saw it, and I said, we're all going to be flying 3D in 2 years. It just doesn't make sense why we haven't. It doesn't.
Shit.
Because the amount of movement that it opens up like it kind of trivializes some of the stuff that we kind of consider hard right now. Because now you can thrust in the complete reverse, and I'm kind of surprised we as a community haven't just adopted it already. Maybe because it's harder,
right?
Because your throttle is chopped in half, and it's like a different setup. But dude, I'd be surprised if there wasn't more 3D at this point.
Right.
Because I also said this to my other homie, and he said, I was like, yeah, because like once you're kind of inverted, then everything's backwards. He's like, no, it's not, because your camera's inverted, so that doesn't.
You're still doing the same. Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that too. I would like to try 3D.
I think liftoff
and any one of our rigs. I think any one of our rigs can do it. It's just a matter of enabling a few things and having props that work well for it, right?
But there is a lift. Like I looked up liftoff at one point. I don't know if it still does, but at one point liftoff did allow you to practice 3D.
So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know. There's like a whole laundry list of things I want to do after kind of we get through kind of the competitive season. That was awesome. And
that was awesome. Bad luck in the chat,
yeah.
Real quick. Bad luck in the chat. More people should do 3D on a Switch. That's an interesting thought. To be able to switch between flight styles. The only thing is that I think with 3D, you have to have your camera angle basically set to 0, right?
Right, because otherwise you'd be at negative cam angle. I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I've done no research into this, but it just goes to show that you see a couple people put out videos, and then all of a sudden it sends your brain in like a direction and makes you curious. So that was awesome. Those are good videos. Make sure you're following all those guys. And it has been a little bit of time since our last, and there has been a ton of amazing news that I would want to share right now, and I think that some people are at Bot and Fly High's event right now, Castle Crash, so they might not be on. However, one of our regulars, Doom Rider FPV, he won the April online bot battle, so congrats to him. And then following that, do we have a fire? Did you hit the fire button?
Wait. Fire! Good job, Doom.
Good job, Doom. And we got a chance to hang out with Doom. As always, hella cool dude. It was awesome seeing him, awesome flying with him, and awesome hanging out with him around the campfire. And following his win in April, Danish Stallion won the Maybot battle again. And Danish, you're here, so congratulations to you.
Congrats, my dude.
Super active and super critical.
He brought with that.
And then on top of that, Danish won a Rotor Riot Rampage 2022 Rippy for his crash reel, which was super entertaining.
Very entertaining.
And was
creative.
a really great testament to his video making abilities. And I always think of kind of like the very first one that we saw from you, Danish, and it was, I remember a lot of our notes were like, the cuts are really fast. And I just got to say, man, like you've come a long way being able to cut a video. So good job. And then B-Rad, who has appeared, I don't think we may have watched something from B-Rad on the show, but he won the Rotor Riot Rampage Rippy for cinematic category. And
his video was really sick.
Was really
he definitely brought the fire!
Yeah, and if you ever get a chance to talk to B-Rad, I have not met anyone more dedicated to like finding a spot, like getting out there and find like the logistics and how he made that video. It was super impressive. You should go check out his channel. Um, and this is probably going to embarrass Dan. So Dan at Rotor Riot Rampage was also the finalist in the freestyle category. So they picked 5. And his was one of the 5 finalists. And Dan also got the super hard challenge that Vanover put out there at one of the flight lines. That I think it's fair to say that one went pretty viral in terms of how much that was reshared. That was the power loop. So good job,
it was
Dan.
A circus shot. You need that Jackie Chan mentality. You need the Jackie Chan mentality of doing it 1,000 times over until you get it just right. And just want to say, I'm not too proud to say that I wasn't the first one to do it. If it wasn't for Phantom FPV's camera not recording, his video would have been the one getting shared.
But Dan was very upfront with the organizers. Phantom couldn't produce the video, and the challenge was to provide
first to get the video.
To get the video, but Dan was very upfront. Dan gave him credit on stage, and Phantom was a hella cool dude. Hung out around the campfire.
Phantom is a cool dude.
Super cool dude.
Phantom is a really dope dude.
And so, yeah. So I just kind of wanted to bring all that stuff up because Supercritical works, man.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We also forgot to mention, Franco, because you don't want to talk about yourself, is that you won the freestyle category at the Rippies.
This is true.
With your edit, that was straight fire!
Yeah. It's not like I'm humble or anything. I'm showcasing it right here, and I specifically put it right there so that everyone would see it. So it's false humility that I didn't mention it, and I'll just be honest with you. I put that right in front of me every day that I'm working. It's like literally in front of me to remind me of why I work and have a job, because I have to pay for drone parts.
Do you kiss the Rippy every day?
No, I haven't gone that far. But, at some point it's a skull, so it might start talking to me and it might start saying, you need to start kissing me.
I will say one of my first hesitations of ever even doing this live stream was the I'm just some asshole who wants to hear me talk about their freestyle videos, and I'm still just some asshole. I don't know if people necessarily want to hear me talk about freestyle videos, but at least I feel like I know a little something about freestyle that might be worth passing on to anyone that's interested.
And I know that we've gotten more submissions, and so we don't get through all of them. So we always commit to getting to doing a 2-hour live stream and seeing as many, and not trying to force as many down, try to have intelligent conversation around what we're looking at. But I think Danish is a really good example. Danish doesn't always get his stuff shown on the air, but I think, and I've seen this with myself, and Dan, I don't even remember the last time Dan and I have shared anything, but we're constantly talking about it and looking critically at other people's work. And you can't help but think, okay, that feedback is going to pilot XYZ, but I can think about that same stuff for my own flying.
Oh, that's the whole reason we're doing this, is to leech off of everybody else.
It develops
to make us better.
Oh yeah, 100%. As is demonstrated. So Rotor Riot Rampage, it was awesome. I suggest everyone should go. The flying was a good part of the awesomeness. I didn't do as much flying as I'd like to, but the other part was the community and the event itself. They put up a good event. It was a good event. It was a good event. Good people. And my favorite part was hanging around the campfire, being a grown up and drinking whiskey with homies from all over. So
Whiskey and fire is a fantastic combination. I don't
it
care
really
what
is.
my mother says.
um, and then there was also the just this past Saturday, in Illinois, there was the APV Crew Barbecue, which was a ton of fun. There was a dive gate out there. There was a ton of food. Oleron was on the grill. Plenty of kids. It's cool to see significant others. And yeah, if you weren't able to make it this year, it's not an event, but it was a really fun time. And they do it on a weekend so that if you did want to hit some of the other spots in the city, uh, there's plenty of opportunity to do that. So good job for APV. So I just want to run down the list. We're talking about events, and it's not necessarily just going to an event that's fun. It's the energy that you carry back home with you and how inspiring it is. So I can't recommend enough. Like get out there and meet people, and it's full of introverts, and it's very easy to like meet like-minded people, and then also cut away, and then be social when you want to, and then just fly packs.
Yeah.
But online, June 1st, so that's tomorrow, there's the deadline for Proxy Wars. That's proxy-wars.com. I think there's some really good submissions. It's a really nice prize pool. It's none of the all the cash. It's a $20 entry fee, but all the cash goes into the prize pool. The winner takes home 70% of that, plus more dollars, plus a beast class that Phantom donated, and then the second prize gets like 30% or 20% or something like that. But
Yeah, right now the total loot, the total amount of booty in there is 23 pilots and $582.63. And then yeah, let me see. What do they have it broken up as?
first place, I think, would get $400+ plus a fully built out beast class by Phantom.
Yes.
So it's a $1,400 prize package. But the prize itself is, for me, was secondary. Um, it's always nice to win and to place, right, and to get that external validation. But their judging system is really good, and getting that kind of feedback from, I think it's 3 dedicated judges, and the benefit of you trying to get a 90-second line as best as you can will do wonders for your flying. Like trying to chase 90 seconds of your best shit, I think will really push you. And
Yeah.
that's the win, you know.
I've gone out 3 separate times trying to get my Proxy Wars line in. Three separate flying sessions.
Same place.
And same place, trying to get that line the way I wanted to. I never beat it. I never beat it from the first time I did it. I always wanted to one-up it. This last time I went, I got all the things I wanted to do except the very last trick, and I did it all in a minute instead of 90 seconds. So I did everything way faster than I should have done it in.
That's awesome.
So yeah, ATAC.
Wow.
Oh, real quick, I see in the chat Forevermore is saying that in Detroit the FlyBQ 3.0 is happening. So if you're in or around the Detroit area and you want to go to an FPV event,
Yep.
Look it up. Message Forevermore. Google FlyBQ 3.0 in the internet.
That's Saturday, and there are challenges with prizes. They've already listed what the challenges are, and they are going to host a freestyle competition. Broccoli is hosting it. It's 1 minute in the air, and then there's a prize for that. So in real life contest, good people. I've heard the FlyBQ is a ton of fun. I was considering trying to make it out. I just can't make it happen. But like on Friday, my wife and I were talking about it, but it just won't work out for us. And then following that, in Indiana, June 8th through the 12th, is Multi-GP IO. But more importantly than IO is the Freestyle tent at IO, hosted by the
Quad Corner.
Quad
And
Corner
us.
and Super Critical is hosting the Send It Showdown, which is the judge freestyle contest on the Saturday, and the Game of FPV on Sunday. And then following that, Illinois on Sunday, July 24th is our super critical, completely independent Game of FPV that we have been working on. So we had to move that. So we postponed that. So July 24th, and that will be our very our very own flavor of Game of FPV as we kind of push that particular kind of contest. It's a big trick contest. And then finally on my calendar, I have in Oregon, August 18th through the 22nd, West Coast Throwdown. Dan Z and I will be attending West Coast Throwdown.
Yep.
Super excited about that.
Yep. Gonna get to see A-Tech, who's in the chat. He's from that area over there.
Yeah, good homies. I mean, we spent a good amount of time with PWX and A-Tech, and I've met like the rest of their crew. Good peoples. It'll be fun to roll up and just enjoy West Coast Throwdown. They have obviously an in real life contest and racing if you like that kind of thing. So plenty of events to support. And if you support them now, if you can make it out, that encourages the promoters to do it again next year, to do it better, to get more organized, better prizes. But it's amazing how quickly freestyle as its own niche of this hobby is growing and getting organized, and how much option there is. That's it. That's all I had to talk about. I'm ready to watch.
Yeah, let's watch some user videos.
Okay. So
let's do it.
I threw everything. If you're new here, we throw all of the submissions that we collect in the Discord, and then we put them into a randomizer, and we will watch as many as we can. Follow along. This one is from What Is Real. This one's called Chasing the Sun. What Is Real is no stranger.
This is he's been on here a couple times. His logo is dope. I say that every time. His logo's dope.
I think we've been to the spot before. Yes, we have.
Oh, yeah, okay. In terms of stuff that he's submitted.
Oh, yeah.
Very pretty light.
Okay, so one of the things that we've commented in the past with What Is Real is his tendency to get really high above obstacles. So I'm curious to see if he's bringing his altitude down and just flying a little bit tighter. Nice. I don't think we've seen that dive before. This song is so introspective.
I know, right? It's a vibe that I'm about.
It definitely... Ooh, nice. I feel like his lines have gotten more dense. Like, it's generally more tight. Not as much, like, breathing room. I'm a sucker for those really tight rolls next to things. Get close, get close. Oh, much tighter there.
Little kiss.
Yeah. Tree trimming. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, we're at the 2-minute mark there, that video.
We do 2.5. Let's go 2.5.
We do 2.5. We do
Yeah.
2.5, you're right.
So, for those new here, all videos we watch 2.5 minutes. If there's no timestamp, we just watch the first 2.5 minutes. Unless you're talking on it, then we'll try to fast forward to where the flying is.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. That was dope.
Alright, there we go. That's the 2.5 minutes.
All right.
That's
so,
the 2.5 minutes right there. If you like what you saw, and you want to see the rest, please check out What Is Real's channel and watch the rest of that. But for the purposes of this live stream, we want you to take a look and give What Is Real your thoughts and feedback on that flight, on the first 2.5 minutes of that flight.
So I have dropped the link to the form where you can give him your feedback. And that's the super important part of this live stream.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you must do. This is why people are like getting recognized, because the feedback. And then we're going to go watch this again, and then we'll come back and we'll look at what the audience had to say. So it's not just Dan and I. You take care of the replay, don't you?
I'll do it. Here we go.
All right.
Boom. Starting it off. I have one thing right off the bat that I want to comment on.
What is it?
And it's always been apparent that What Is Real is, he's a good pilot. He knows what he's doing. One of the things in this particular instance is he keeps going back to this building, but I feel like he could be getting closer. He could be getting closer to the building.
Yeah.
It's scary to get close to the buildings, but like if he could get way closer to that building as he's doing those dives,
right there.
Yeah. Like if he was kissing the face of that building, it would be so awesome. So I think like going out on your next flight session and just seeing how close can you get repeatedly without hitting the building, and trying to get consistent with that is just going to be really sick. It'll really elevate the flights, I think.
I'm trying to see if this building is smooth. I can't tell.
There's like that granite-looking kind of wall or whatever. Definitely looks like you could slide across it. I'm sure the windows have some lips in there.
Yeah, I mean, another way to practice that is don't do it on this building. Find a wall and just practice doing taps. Because if your intention is to touch the building, I think you'll find that it's actually pretty hard. There's something, we've been avoiding crashing for so long that when you start practicing taps or bonks or whatever you want to call it, you're like, oh wait, it's really hard to force my quad into a wall flat. But if you can get that, I think getting proximity on a building becomes a lot simpler, because just how kind of aggressively you throw that landing.
Yeah.
How aggressively you have to charge at a building to actually touch it.
You know who's a great example of getting close to buildings? Well, he doesn't post much anymore, but Window Washer FPV was like one of the first dudes I remember seeing really push that sort of thing. And then more recently, Balkan X just put out a video where he glides on the face of a building at Mach speed. And he's got the stick cam. I actually looked at the stick cam for once and saw that he was holding full throttle for it felt like 2 or 3 seconds, and it sent him flying across the face of this building, and it's really impressive.
So he was charging at full throttle, and then he cut full
At
throttle
the building.
Nice.
To glide across the face, and it's dope. It is really dope.
Dope. Hey, Growl FPV. I see you join us in the chat. All right, let's take a look at some scores. Oh, we only got 4. I know that the first one is always the hardest one. If you're out there and you're hearing our voices, please get your vote in. I don't know how many people are watching, but getting kind of over 5 gives us, kind of like
good
the bare
baseline.
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we get to 4, kind of, we're trying to get some of the responses from the masses to give some feedback. So I'm going to count to 10 in my head.
We'll give him another 10 seconds of Israel's video. What Israel's video? It's not Israel. His name's not Israel. I know. I'm shortening it. I know it was Israel now.
We want it to be Israel.
And to be fair, granted, we're only watching 2.5 minutes. He still has another, 2 minutes of the video to go. Maybe he gets a lot closer to that.
But you know what? It's kind of like that if we're only critiquing a video, right? If it hasn't happened in the 2.5 minutes, it is something that you might want to consider, right? In terms of, how, because that's the impression it's giving to people who watch a lot of videos. It's like, man, I really want him to get closer. But at the same time, we've seen the spot before, and you are doing new things at this spot, which I really appreciate. And I'm not seeing you like 40 feet above the top of the tree with a power lead. Like, you're getting much tighter. So
a lot of snappy rolls in tight places. Yeah, it was good.
Snappy. All right, let's look at some responses.
Let's do it.
Intentionality 4.
Yeah.
Speed 5.
Yeah, dude, what's ripping?
Difficulty 4. Variety 3. Originality 3. Production 4. Je ne sais quoi. Yes. Feedback is good vibes. Get closer to that building. Very aggressive flying. Was great, but could use some smoothness to be less of a tank slapper. Splapper.
Wait. Very aggressive flying was great, but could use more some smoothness to be less of a tank slapper.
Splapper, not slapper.
Splapping. Oh. Maybe this is like a term like spang, where no one's really sure what it is exactly.
Stop splapping around. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one. I don't know. I'm gonna let you, what is real, figure out kind of what you want to take away from this one.
Yeah.
Like that stick cam was minimal. Didn't notice it first. Watch through buttery split S. Split S possessive. Split S. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got some more votes in. I know that What Is Real is going to appreciate that. And let's look at the total. 4, 8.5, 12.5, 15.5, 18.5, 21.5, 22.5. Not a bad score.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good job. What Is Real.
Carbon Cage in the chat. What's up, man? I believe coming at us all the way from Australia. He is a day in the future and in a world upside down, I believe.
Speaking of which, I am watching Stranger Things.
Oh, nice. I've not watched it yet. I've heard that it's pretty dang good. So.
Have you not watched any of it? Any?
No, I'm caught up on everything. I just haven't watched any of the new season.
Knowing what you like, dude, I think you're gonna really like this season.
We'll
given our conversations. All right, so up next, the randomizer has chosen Danish Stallion to receive critical feedback from the Super Critical live stream. So let's watch Danish Stallion. This one's called The Steps from Hell.
Is this... Wait, is this the video we saw before?
No.
No. Dang,
this was
nice.
This was the pop out. I gotta, if this was me, I've commented on that opening to Danish Stallion, and my instinct right there was to want to rewind it so I can look at it again, because it's not clear in my head what I saw there. It was awesome.
This spot is just insane.
Get in there. Satisfying.
Here is the challenge for FPV pilots, especially FPV pilots that have absolutely amazing spots to fly. You can't fly that same spot in every video. I'm not saying that Danish is flying the same spot in every video, but this is something that I've become aware of, even in my own thing. Like, I have my spots that I favor, and I'm like, okay, shit, I really need to focus on going to different places and filming at a different locale, and really kind of pushing yourself to see how good you kind of actually are. Because when you're flying your same spot over and over again, you know where everything is, and where all the lines are, and that sort of thing. Yeah, this really flowing through this spot, man. This does not look like an easy spot to fly.
I got little nitpicky things I'm going to comment on. Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Very nice, Danish.
Danish, didn't you just pick up a new sponsor with Gankman? Or Gank? Multi-rotors?
Multi-rotors. Yes, he did.
Heck yeah.
He sure did.
Okay. Shit. Hold on one second. Let me send out this. Let me just label it so we don't get confused. This is Danish Stallion. And I'm going to send out, nice job, Danish. I'm going to send out the form momentarily. If you're just joining us, please like, subscribe, join the Discord server, all that good stuff. All right, here we go. Form is in the chat. We're going to play this video again. You guys go vote, give Danish some more feedback. Obviously, it's working because he's winning all sorts of shit.
Here we go. Playing it again.
I gotta turn on this fan. Oh, it's like it's almost a Immelman, but he does it the roll as a pirouette, like an inverted pirouette. I love that move. I was practicing that move today. It's hard. It's a hard move. Danish, what camera angle do you fly?
Man, I would love to fly this spot. You never flew this spot, did you?
No. My note, because I don't know if I don't think we missed it, but you do I think we're calling them Rubik's cubes now, right? That you come out of a gap, you pitch back, you're looking at the gap, you do a full roll, and then you either pitch forward or out. That was a good one. I would just, you do it a couple times, I would just watch out for kind of the center of your camera kind of swinging. I only notice this because I'm noticing it in my own flying, is that I have a tendency to roll and my center doesn't stay focused, and it gives it like
You're
this kind of...
You're talking about the mix of yaw and roll.
Yeah, the cross stick coordination or whatever it's called, cross coordination of sticks. Like right there, like our center kind of started to fly.
Like
fly
in the
around.
corner. Yeah. Now, granted, in what you're looking at there, that was, I think that video was mostly a one taker.
There's like one edit.
There was one edit in there, yeah. Maybe another, but you know, he's not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. In this instance, you know, like one kind of off-center roll is not going to ding you too much for having such an incredible line like you got there.
That's 10 minutes from Comfy, Danish. What?
Just missed it. Just missed it.
Right.
I thought things felt a little bit sexier in here. It was like a chill that went up my spine. And then I look, and in the chat, Quad Daddy is doing this.
Ew. What's up, Quad Daddy?
So everybody in the chat, please, did they vote?
Yeah, they voted.
They voted. Are we ready to look at votes?
Yeah, good amount of responses. 8 responses.
Let's do it.
Intentionality 5, speed 4, difficulty 5, variety 5, originality 5, production 5, je ne sais quoi, yes.
Oh! Oh! Wait a minute, count it up.
Okay, let's count up and then we'll do feedback. Let's look at your score. That is 5, 9, 14, 19, 24, 29. Je ne sais quoi, yes! That puts you at 30. It has been a long time since we got a perfect score. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me show you what you got yourself. So nice job, Danish. Awesome.
Danish out here winning, just winning.
So Danish
winning over and over.
As a way of saying, hey, good job on collecting from 8 votes no less, collecting a perfect score. You get the Super Critical FPV Show T-shirt, and on the back it says perfect, and then we'll get your stallion on here.
Oh yeah.
So that you have it, and then we'll post this we'll post this video, or if you could post this video to the Discord channel for all like the perfect, and put up, like it's a big deal. It's hard to get a perfect these days.
It's very hard to get a perfect.
Nice job, Danish. That's exciting. Super good
stuff.
Nice
good
job.
Stuff.
I'm so excited, dude. So excited. Yeah.
All right,
dude.
Enough about Danish.
All right.
Who's up next? Maybe we'll get 2 perfects tonight.
Balkan X came up in the randomizer.
Great shit, Danish. Oh, Balkan X. I wonder if this is gonna be that video I was just talking about.
That would be so sweet if it was. So let me just put that here. Boop, boop, boop. And Office Park Jungle Gym Flow.
This is not the video.
Well.
But this is a great example of what I was talking about right there. He gets in close to those buildings and he glides across
and he just
the
touched
base
it.
of it.
He touched it.
It's very satisfying when you get close to those buildings.
Yes. Get close and stay close. I think it's the combination of. Ooh, yeah.
It's scary at first. Like,
oh, you see that? That was sick.
Yeah.
This is a magic spot. Look at this place. This is like a video game.
Right?
Yeah.
Actually, one of the very first Balkan X videos I've ever seen was from this spot, and it was. It was from a little while ago. His flying was good then. It's even better now.
Where Balkan X is in California?
Yeah, this is LA.
I gotta get in good with the LA boys.
I know, yeah, this spot I've seen Umagod fly this spot. I think he's the first one I've ever seen fly it.
But he didn't fly it like this. I mean, all respect to Umagod Pioneer, but man, things have been pushed.
Things have changed.
Things have been pushed. God, this spot is rude. 1, the spots are ridiculous. 2, Balkan X is killing this spot.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Quick, was Kick Cosplay in the chat? Hey, Quick. That's my wife. What a great use of like a transition line.
Did he just like pull up to the outside of the building and just?
Wow. Was that? I don't even know how
I'm not
long.
gonna fucking park.
I don't even know how long that was.
He's like, I'll fly a pack. I'll fly a pack or 2.
All right.
That was dope.
Balkan X, the voting forum for Balkan X's video is now in the chat. You guys go click on that. It doesn't matter how good or how bad you think you are. It's the feedback from lots of people which provides the best kind of input to the pilot. And yeah, so you guys go vote. We'll watch that one again.
Let's do it. Let's take a look at this again.
Yeah. Oh, he just stays in it.
It's tasty.
And then he taps here. Not afraid. He's trying to get close.
This is total, like, just proxy and control. The one thing that I would wish that push himself in, because I've noticed this across a lot of his videos, is that production-wise, you know, everything looks a little flat. I wish he bumped up the saturation on this. This looks like a nice sunset session. I'd love to get more of those colors out of it. And then this, that Matrix move, bro. Like there, yeah, you can see that sky off in the distance in the reflection. Just a little bit more punch in the color would be nice. To me, this looks, you know, and it could be intentional, but it just looks kind of flat.
Off that dive, and I think he might have been going for it. I think that there was a gap under those trees. I am a big fan of very big dives to very small gaps. Because you're at a terminal velocity, and if you can shoot a gap, it is really satisfying. And that's probably the only thing I can say I would want to see out of this video. This is a great example. He's moving from space to space, or he's entering into a line, and he just, one, he stays really close to the ground, and two, he throws like some flare in there. And I think you could do anything. You got to stay close to the ground, or you could throw a flare in there, but it's just being close to the ground as you're moving to an area that has a really nice effect. Some good entries. All right,
that was
I got
a good one.
yeah. Thanks, Balconex. Let's look at your scores.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Intentionality 5.
Yep.
Speed 5.
Yep.
Difficulty 5. Variety 5. Originality 5. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Production 5. Genesis, yes.
We know. We've already known. But we got hit with that fire!
Dude,
Yet again.
there was a drought of super critical perfects.
Yeah, seriously.
Bro, 2 in a row? Like, yeah, really worth it. So, Balconex, you will also be getting the super critical perfect shirt with your logo on the back. I have to start a Patreon. But, dude, we didn't do this for Danish. And everyone knows your score sheets are available forever. So if you ever want to go back and like kind of look at what people said or look at the scores, you can. And sorry, Danish, we forgot to do this on yours. But for Balconex, people said, took me on a vacay, a bunch of emojis, fire, flying, praise. Get you some. Thought there was going to be a crash. Nope, just slipped through the branches like nothing happened. That was super amazing.
Yeah, that Matrix move was nuts.
This one's gross. Can I buy your old Fat Shark face foam, put it under my pillow, and see if any of that fly rubs off on me? And then the response was, Jesus. And then, love it. Really good song for this video. Fire, 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 and nice flow. Yeah. 2 really great examples of great flying, and obviously we're looking forward to sending out those shirts. Balconex, if you can, throw that into the Discord server channel for Perfect Scorers, and once you get your shirt, shoot a picture of that up over there too. It's always nice to put a face to an awesome pilot. Nice. Who's next? Up next, we have Smudge, FPV.
Smudge. Is this a new one? Have we had Smudge on here before?
I think we have, yeah.
Okay.
So Smudge, FPV. Oh, hold on. It's doing that thing again, where it's capturing an image. Cancel that, and paste that, and ooh.
Oh, I saw this thumbnail.
Bando Heaven.
Myself a life, bitch. Yeah, fuck you, your mom, and everything else. Free to go. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Bless you. Big old booty bitch, Macy's from Texas. What's Nelson? I'm a skeeto, little nigga, come catch me. Catch me.
I want to know where this is.
My bestie,
This is not in the
go
U.S.
best friend. Nigga living TTG and everything.
It's like at the top of a mountain.
With me, she gon' smile 'cause she don't bleed. $100,000 I might pay my shit don't bleed.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish I could win the lotto. Oh my God! Look at
Get
this
in there,
area.
There's a big dive. Right? Get in there. Right there. Right there. Oh.
He that booty, just like groceries. He don't that booty. Lay that bitch down like they do it. No type of bitch eat that wood, eat that wood. Supply your bitch, I got pistols, no wood. I want tacos that are making good. Helicopter chopping with the buzz. Stuff them rats inside them if they nudge. Bang that other side, nigga, curse. Have my reefer louder than a speaker. Yeah, my niece is hanging with the Beatles. If you ever found a better
Okay, I definitely have a thought.
cameras for the
I'm gonna save it.
Yeah, me too.
Send the cop, I can't wait to mistreat. Forcing your hoe, I can't wait to mislead. And beat them, they my people.
Yes.
That's my best friend, that's my best friend. Bless big old booty bitch message from Texas. What's necessary? I'm a skeeto, little nigga, come catch me. Catch me. That's my best friend, my bestie, my best friend.
Can I come over?
Can
I come over?
Everything is still on fleek. Baby's rolling with me, she gon' smile 'cause she
Such
don't
an
bleed.
interesting building.
$100,000 I might pay my shit on
Dude.
bleed.
Okay. Where's the stair? Get into the stairs, bro. Where's that dive over the roof?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
where are
the
we
way
at in
it's
terms of
go.
time? Okay, we're still got another 25 seconds or so. I don't want it to stop. I want to keep seeing. Okay, under here. Eject. Alright, let's pause it right there.
We all
What
understand
an
what was
amazing
happening
spot.
there.
Nice.
All right. That's funny. Give me 1 second just to do a little bit of cleanup here. So that was
Wow-wee.
Smudge. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Wow-wee.
Good job, Smudge. Thank you very much for participating. Let me send this link out to the audience. It's going to happen in the YouTube link. Every vote counts. Please participate. I'll give you more penetration, gold finger operator. All right, so let's watch that one again.
Yeah,
And,
links are in the chat. Vote for Smudge's video, and while you do that, we're gonna play it, give you guys time to vote, and talk. Give us some more thoughts. I definitely have a thought.
All right, what is it?
And this was something that I did at some point, and that was like flying and then having these moments in your line where you're very visibly looking for the next thing to do.
Yeah, you can see it.
Stop. Your flow stops, and then you see like, oh, okay, go into this window here or whatever.
Right
or
there.
just turn around and go back. Don't stop the flow. Just keep going. Force yourself to just like, even if you toss yourself into a somewhat like uncomfortable position, see if you can correct it and then shoot that next gap. That is going to, I think, make your video quality better overall, and it's going to increase your skills as a pilot.
I 100% agree with Dan Z. That was very similar to the comment I had. I do want to call out one moment that was really great. You do the dive at the same angle of the pyramid, and it matched with the music. That was so satisfying. Awesome interpretation. Good laying that video on top of the music. But going back to Dan's point, like right here, I can see you deciding, like, what either you're saying what was I planning on doing, or should I do this, or I'm having an idea in the moment. And well, I'll just use Falcon X as an example because we just saw his video. It's his consistent speed as he goes through the space, and there's very little like correction, like yaw correction, because yaw correction, the way that I interpret it is your head's going like this. Where should I go? Where should I go? Where should I go? If you get rid of your yaw correction, keep that locked and just keep moving forward to Dan's point, and keep a consistent speed, it all of a sudden gives you in the audience like this sense of, wow, this guy's really in control, and he's taking me on a ride that almost feels pre-planned. And that's a skill. Like, either you have to know the spot really well, or you have to plan out your line, which is what I do, right? And I plan out my lines so that when I get to a new spot, I'm more used to like moving in a certain way that even if I don't have a line planned out, I can kind of like improvise on the fly, and that's kind of how you practice that. What the fuck? What is that?
I don't know. We've gone over.
Okay.
We've gone over the time there, but yeah, really great stuff there, Smudge.
Thanks for showing.
I don't think Smudge is in the chat, but if you're watching this on replay or whatever, Smudge, where is this located? And can we come over?
Yeah, comment on the video if you watch the replay. Let us know where you're at. Basically, we're all trying to plan a trip.
If you had to guess, if we did a little geo-guesser and you had to guess, where would you say this is? And I'd like to know in the chat as well.
Yeah, I would like to know in the chat what you guys think. I think that the video that we saw from Smudge was that, I don't want to guess. I think I know what we've seen from Smudge. I think he was in Asia.
In Asia? Okay, because I'm getting some South American vibes here.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess Mexico. Because I know in Mexico there are some wild buildings out there from just things I've seen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This one looks like a trek to get to too, because it's at the top of a hill.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at some scores. Thank you very much for voting, everyone. That's what it's all about, helping other pilots become better pilots. All right, 9 responses. Intentionality, 3.5. Speed, 3. Difficulty, 3. Variety, 4. Originality, 4. Production, 3.5. Je ne sais quoi, that's a yes. We need to make an FPV travel guide. Yeah.
Yes.
That's, with guides in each place.
Location.
Keep practicing and posting from the spot. Become one with the flow. That is such a good tip. If you can make it back here, you will learn the spot better and better, so that you'll just know where things are, and you'll be able to shoot to them rather than being like that. Oh, where am I going? More inside, please. This spot would grow a very good but broke FPV pilot. That is true. Dope spot. I wish you would hit more gaps and get closer. Oh my, can't get over this spot, LOL. Work your lines a little more. This place with an implement. Ooh. Oh.
I think I know who that comment was from. I can only guess.
Say it, Franco. Keep working the lines and not stop your flow as much. Nice. Let's get a total for you, Smudge.
Let's do it. Good stuff, Smudge.
3.5, 6.5, 9.5, 13.5, 17.5, 20.5, 21.5. Not bad, brother or person. Good job.
Nice stuff.
Moving on. Light FPV is up next.
All right. I'm guessing it's in his backyard again.
His
videos are always super impressive.
He was
moving.
The
same spot.
He was moving to another country. Oh.
I wonder what his story is with that. Because I looked at his account earlier today, and his account is, I believe, only a couple months old. and there's no way this man has been only flying for a couple months.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're in his backyard again. But nice little B-roll shot there.
Yeah.
Good idea. What is happening? Why? Oh, okay. This is different though. This is oh yeah. Yes. This is different. Yes. This is different. Yes. Yes. What is happening? Do you feel it is the name of this? Yes. Yeah. It was all like.
Light? Is that him?
I don't know, but it was all like play with the trampoline and go under the bridge. Nice. That's great. Another note we said was get above the trees. You gonna do it, bro? You gonna do it, bro?
He definitely did it in his last video.
He went above the trees?
Yeah.
No. He didn't dive into the trees.
Yeah, pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure.
That was an attempt.
Yes. Oh, this is a super short one. Oh.
Yo, I really. Oh, nice.
Chef's kiss on that last shot there.
I really like that.
That was great.
Yeah, that was really a lot of fun. Hold on 1 second.
Look at how entertaining your FPV videos can be with some B-roll in there.
Yeah, that was really good. Let me get this out. So this is number 5. I'm gonna send this out to the group. That was Light FPV. I think he's up Pacific Northwest, isn't he?
Forevermore, we are the backyardigans. The backyardigans. Drone on drone crime. Those grass clippings. Dude, the B-roll is fantastic in this one. Let's watch it again.
Yep.
We might even watch, because it was only 1 minute and like 15 seconds long.
We'll give it 2 runs. You guys go vote.
Give it 2 runs. Like this. I love them flying with pinkies. The drum, the hit. That was timed out well. I like that. I like that. Dude,
he does a roll. He
under the trampoline.
That's sick. And he rolls on the trampoline. That's funny. I see what you're doing there, bro.
Flying under the bridge.
This has a different the video here has a different quality than the B-roll. That was a sick combo. Roll upward to.
I forget. I remember Light telling us there was like a thing about why he only flies this spot, basically.
It was like family,
and that he's going to be potentially moving away
to another
this
country.
Amazing spot to another country.
Well, what a love letter! What a love letter to that spot.
Hey, Light FPV is in the chat. Light, what is up, my man? We are thoroughly enjoying this video right now. So much so, it's nice and short. We're going to give it one more time to give our folks a chance to finish voting. It's just...
I wonder if that's like a
love that, the edit to the hit there.
I love slow motion. Yeah, that's such a good shot. And there is some like pretty great flying in here. It's coming up. This move I really like. He goes. I think it's here. Up, pirouette. Oh no. Oh, I missed. Still good. Not what I thought you did. Ha! That's cool. That's fine.
And it's just so perfect how it falls into the grass and fades to black like that. Nice bit of editing. Very enjoyable video. All right, let's see what the people have to say.
People have spoken, and intentionality is a 5, speed is a 4, difficulty is a 3, variety is a 5, originality is a 5, production is a 5, and je ne sais quoi is a yes. That wasn't B-roll. Those were hero shots. I love seeing the drone from the outside perspective.
Yeah.
Didn't even care about the flying because the production was so fantastic. Super creative, bro. Loved it. Please keep this creativity. It really stands out. Inspiring.
Yeah.
I could double down on that. I never put B-roll in my stuff. I very rarely put B-roll in my, like, most of my edits, and you made me think that maybe I should be putting B-roll in some of my stuff. So good job.
But I like what he did was that it wasn't just a shot of the quad in the tree, which is all nice stuff. I'm not knocking that shot. But he made it like really fun things, like trying to knock the cap off the bottle or trim the grass right in front of the camera. Like
that's sick.
That's like a skillful maneuver, you know, a show of skill in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the typical B-roll, right? And it became not B-roll, but hero shots. I agree there. So who needs a GoPro mount on the drone these days anyways? Fire! We asked for under the trampoline. We got under the trampoline. Yeah. I love that. That's satisfying too. Great vibes. Great use of B-roll to add to your video. Enjoyability factor +10.
Yes.
All right, let's give the total here.
The score.
5, 9, 12, 17, 23, 28, 29.
One shy.
One shy away.
That video was straight fire! I like how you're doing the fire in analog over there. Damn, dude. We're getting hit. We're getting hit with some heaters today.
Yeah, lots.
People are showing up. They're putting out.
The season is here. It's warmed up enough.
Yeah.
Nice job, Light. Very good stuff.
Oh, Reaction Entertainment's here. FPTV is in
What
the
up?
chat. What is going on?
Hello.
Twan. Very nice.
What's up, Reaction
Entertainment? I'm excited. I got to meet Miss Sean the Don, Mrs. Sean the Don.
The whole brood was there.
The whole, yeah. Those kids were so cute. They're so like well behaved, like not well behaved, but like
very pleasant human beings.
Just very pleasant human beings. They came, they gave us stickers, and it was just
they knew how to have a conversation.
Endearing. Yeah.
Like, how
the way
they
handled themselves were really good. Yeah, it was really nice meeting them.
So welcome, Reaction Entertainment. Thanks for the rippies. All right, moving on. We got next. Thank you, Light, for that video. That was really nice stuff, man. Yeah, really thought provoking.
That's what this is, man. Like, look, I hope that multiple people look at what Light did, and like maybe it sparks, like, inspires them to try something a little different in their next video.
All of us have to copy that exact same shot with us cutting the grass. That's going to become the new standard B-roll.
It's going to be the Light FPV shot.
Yeah, like we'll all have the quad in the tree, slow-mo pan, and then we'll all do like we all see us just like trying to like break our phones as it captures slow-mo grass cutting. All right, so Blaze FPV, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Blaze?
We mess this up every time. Blaze, if you can just let us know phonetically how to pronounce your name, that would be great. All right, here we go. This one's called Apex Stutters. Still sent it though.
Stutter.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
Oh, I see, he's talking about that little bit of jitter.
I like this track.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
I could hear it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there it is.
you saw it. Check your arm. You hear it wobbling. The warble. Is this the same spot where there was a section where he followed a kid on a bike?
Was it Blaze or was it some? I feel like
I don't remember.
it could be. I thought that might have been someone else. But I remember that video being really fun. That was a total summer vibe.
Summer vibe.
I'm guessing they're probably flying from that pavilion there. That covered area. Oh yes. Alright, alright.
Good. It's good. Yes.
Dude, the image is crispy right now.
So, opposite
This
direction.
this makes me think of Vanover's video. My
We had a whole.
we had a whole conversation about this.
That's why we're laughing.
But my gripe, if you will, with Vanover's last video is he's such an amazing and talented pilot, and the video, the flying was great, and he chooses to use like the shittiest camera he possibly could to capture the muddiest footage he possibly could of an amazing sunset and location.
So that was why we were laughing.
Yeah.
And I think let's say, because we wanted to talk about this, so I think this is a good time to talk
wait.
about it.
Maybe we should circle back. We should get people to vote
Yeah.
on Blaze. Let's not distract from Blaze. Let's keep the flying fresh in people's mind.
So,
Come back.
give me a second
Because
here.
I do want to talk about it, and I think that'd actually be interesting to hear other people's thoughts on
But before we
this.
talk about the Vanover conversation, I'm wondering what in Blaze's video. Okay, here's the link. You guys go vote. What in Blaze's video made you think of that? Okay, that's sent. All right, we'll replay this and we'll talk over the top of it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about Blaze. Let's not talk
Mhm.
about Vanover here.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Play this record as frequently as
I
possible.
mean, so this stutter that he's got going on, that's some sort of mechanical issue. Seems like
I don't even know what stutter. I don't know what stutter you're talking about here. I hear it later.
So here, just if you look out in the distance, because he's not using stabilization, so you can see there's a bit of jitter, which is super common for most quads. But then you start to see when he does some of these like snap maneuvers.
Yeah, there I see
like that's
that
bounce back.
Yep.
But there'll be like there. Did you see that? That wasn't bounce back. Anyway, that's like a mechanical thing that
I can
he needs
hear
to
it.
figure out.
I can hear the flutter. For me, on my quads, when I hear that flutter, it's typically because one of my arms is getting bendy, and it's time to replace. Right there. You know, on the punch to go into the GC flick, I saw the. And again, I think that the first thing I would check if I was seeing that in my quad is the arms.
So overall, how are you feeling about what's being put down freestyle wise here?
My one note, I think I always try to concentrate on, like, if I can think of a note, what's the most impactful note? You're about 3 feet off the ground. When you're kind of cruising above the ground, you're about 3 to 5 feet. Let's say you're at 20 feet here. And I get it. When you're just cruising along the ground, if you can get that lower, the lower the better. Cutting the grass is optimal, but within 1 foot makes the ground a bigger factor. And then don't be afraid, because I know that you have to gain altitude to do some of these obstacles. Punch hard. Like, your quad can get you up in vertical height really fast. So you can go from 1 foot to 25 feet in the blink of an eye. So don't be afraid to, like, push. Stay out of that 10 to 15 foot cruising zone, because we lose sense of speed and proximity there. That's my freestyle feedback.
Yeah, for me, I would say the whole session overall, and I see this sometimes, is that it all feels like very comfortable flying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get the sense that you're really pushing yourself. I kind of get the sense that you're sitting in this park, you're enjoying yourself, and you're just flying at a comfortable kind of pace and amount you're pushing yourself. And I'd really like to see you pushing yourself more just difficulty overall.
And I think the qualifier for that is right. And this is kind of where I'm noticing it in my own flying. Like, nothing wrong with wanting just to rip some packs and just enjoy your skill and enjoy what you've accomplished and not crash your shit. Like, totally fine. Like, that's why we do this. It's so enjoyable. But you have to be cognizant of that when you post a video, it is going to probably be seen in sequence with other videos from pilots who are pushing as hard as they can. And from an audience perspective, we don't know who's doing what. And so I think there's that, right? So you just got to be cognizant that the audience itself has a tendency to be watching one pilot's, like, most effort, most ability, trying to be as creative as possible, right? And then you have to be accepting that, like, your chilled out video might not get the same kind of reception. But there's the other side of it too, which is you can only physically get so close to an object. So, like, without crashing into it. So if you fly and your ability is always, like, even your chilled out ability is like, I can get within an inch of all of this object and do crazy stunts around it, that's going to look super impressive because now you've just optimized the video. Like, there's no more pushing. And that's we're all trying to get to that point where it's like, it's easy breezy, but it's also spectacular in terms of flying capability. It's worth achieving.
Daddy's medicine right there, just off camera. a full doctor's prescription.
My lighter and whiskey. This is your quad. Get it in the bottle.
All right. Jinx is in the chat. He's joined us. Do we have the tally?
Yes.
Tally.
We've only had 4 votes on this one. I would love it if we could get the 5th one. I know that our commentary is so interesting, but for the sake of Blaze and for giving him some input, it'd be awesome if we could get one more. Why don't we look at the 4 that we have?
Okay, we'll look at the 4.
Maybe on the roundabout we'll catch. So, intentionality 3.5, speed 3, difficulty 4, variety 3, originality 3, production 3, je ne sais quoi. It's 50-50, which means a yes. And this feels like very comfortable flying. I want to see you pushing yourself. Push. Responses and total is 3.5, 6.5, 10.5, 13.5, 16.5, 19.5. Dennis Quay, yes. 20.5. Not a bad score. Blaze, nice job, buddy.
Okay. I want to circle.
Yeah, what's
circle back around and actually let's pull it up. We're gonna do a brief
in session here. A little in session, if you will, folks.
So over at Rampage, there's this really great tree spot.
Oh, we're bringing up Vanny's video. Is that what we're doing?
We're gonna put up. Because I think it just, you know, in order to talk about it, people should kind of see and get a sense.
Wait. But what in Blaze's video made you think of this conversation that you and I had? Like, what
because
was it?
It was getting to be that darker time of the day.
Okay.
And the image was just looking crispy, and I was thinking about the crispiness of the image overall.
Crispiness is a good thing.
Yes,
like, I'm not,
just like
you know,
it's a beautiful picture. There's details are in there. You know, it's everything's kind of defined. It's not muddy. I'm just gonna kind of jump halfway through.
Okay.
Vanover's video. And like this is really great flying. But there's just it's like such a muddy quality to it that it was like when I first watched it, it was almost pulling me out of it. Especially because I know that Vanover does like a lot of high-end production work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I really wish that your image was as good as your flying style. Like, I want everything. Okay? I don't want 75%. I want 100%.
So let me pause this. So the reason we laughed was that Dan and I had an extended conversation. Like, we watched the premiere of this together when Vanover put it out. Dan had his opinions, and then it kind of launched us into this longer conversation about the possible reasons why Vanover, who potentially, I'm assuming, has access to all the options from a camera standpoint, from a rig standpoint. Like, he probably has options to fly the best of the best all the time. And the question I think that we were really trying to distill was, why the Session 5?
I messed up. I'm going to put this on mute and just play a little bit more so people.
Yeah, go for it.
So people can see.
Yeah.
And your comment was.
My comment was, this video, it is, the audience is obviously FPV freestyle pilots, but it's for the true purists. And he's using the Session 5 because it's like a super flex. There's no option for usable stabilization on the Session 5. The in-camera stabilization is no good for FPV, and there's no ability to RS-GO it. And so he's kind of... There is, but I don't think that's here. And I think the flex is everything that he's showing us has not been stabilized. It's all of his fingers. And it's also, to me, it's like, I'm only imagining because this looks like it's stabilized. That's like his fingers are the stabilization. And it's so good. And then I just imagine all the stuff he threw out because it didn't look super smooth like this within a line. And so I'm just like, for me, that's the message I get from it. Because I get that he could fly with whatever he wants.
And
but I think
my counter to that is, you could turn hyper smooth off on any camera.
Sure.
Give yourself a camera with a better sensor for low light.
And
don't give me a video talking about how beautiful the sunset is, and then give me something that looks like it was shot on a Motorola Razr.
So what we're wondering if the audience would be interested in weighing in the chat.
Yeah.
Would it be as satisfying to you if he used a GoPro Hero 10 but turned the stabilization off? Or is it because he used an inferior camera where there's a very limited ability to stabilize, like almost a non-existent ability to stabilize? Does that add or detract, right? So him using a Session 5, do you love it? Do you hate it? I happen to love it. I think that it's like, if my fingers were that smooth,
But he
I
could
might
have
use
that.
it.
He could have that with any camera. Like,
I know,
it's
that's, but
it's no
he's
doubt
not.
he's got
But
the
he's,
ability.
but,
It's like all
but he's
that
not.
flying was amazing. But it's like
Ah.
it was like he's hurting himself
After
by like using such terrible image quality.
after being exposed to Alex Vanover in a couple different scenarios, it makes sense to me. And also, like, I also get it. Like, it's like he could, but if he did, then he would lose the exclamation point on the flying ability. And given how broad his work is, and that his stuff is in major motion pictures, it's like, yeah, image quality, not a problem. Check. But I'm not showing that here. And so I totally understand what you're saying. And that's kind of like, I think what we're wondering, the greater FPV audience, do you care that he used the Session 5? You know? And sacrificed image quality.
And listen, and I will admit that the flying is the most important thing. Right? The flying is the most important thing, and the flying was super impressive there. But like I said, knowing Vanny and the level he can operate at, I want the full 100%. I don't want 75%.
So tell us
Anyway.
what you think in the chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple things.
Yeah, what are people saying?
They would choose. Danish is saying that he would choose the Session 5 over a DJI Action 2. I know some people are very put off by the ultra wide. I actually kind of like it.
But can't you just like change that as a setting?
I think you can, but I don't know if it looks the same. Then I think you're living in a world that's not GoPro Super View. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a wide Super View-esque and then ultra wide. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I could be wrong. I don't have a Action 2. I think Goldfinger Operator said, it's good, use the footy, but even I can afford a GoPro 8.
And that's the thing.
Yes.
I don't, I would love to find out why Vanover, like, if we could get him at his most transparent, like, be like, yo, why are you using a Session 5? Like, why?
Yeah.
Maybe he has a completely different reason.
You're probably on the head with it being, well, I think it's probably one, the weight of it, right?
Sure.
The weight, the durability of it, and then two, there's probably that factor of like, look at how good I can fly without stabilization. But I feel, to me, the stabilization thing is a non-factor.
We're making like, and that's what I that's what I believe. But I would love, if anyone someone must have like asked him, and there must be a video. I would love just to see from his own mouth, like, why do you use a Session 5?
Right.
Because he might have a completely different reason that is outside of my spectrum of understanding.
Yeah, and bad luck. His comment is people are throwing shade at the Session 5. Session 5 is an amazing camera. However, it has been much surpassed by the newer models of cameras, especially when it comes to low light situations.
Image quality is what we're talking about.
Image quality specifically. And Vanover has options to use other things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
anyway,
the question, yeah.
Vanover. But if anybody knows, I believe ATEC might have chatted with Vanover about this. If you've got some insight, or if anybody wants to point Vanover in this direction and have him tell us straight from the horse's mouth, I would love to hear it.
Yeah. Maybe we
okay.
all have something to learn.
Yeah. Let's go to the next pilot. Who do we got?
I think this is a new one. This is a new pilot.
Okay.
Austin inspired.
Austin inspired.
Yeah, I don't think we've run across this pilot before. Ooh, and it's something. This is Bot Wars Final 4. Credentials.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no
Forevermore just made a comment. I don't know why this didn't occur to me. He says, just use the DJI DVR. How about that for a flex, huh? I bet you that footage from the DVR looked better on the sunset.
It's 720p versus a 1080.
Versus 2.7K. Anyway, here we go. Back to Austin. What is it? Austin
Inspired.
Austin Inspired. Here we go. Austin Inspired. And if you tell me that Austin is not his name, I'm gonna lose my shit.
His name is Tinspa. His name is Israel.
Like with what Israel's name not being Israel.
No, Austin Inspired's name is Israel. So this is an active site. This is not abandoned.
Yeah, no. It seems like he's got either he's got access or he's just going guerrilla style.
That's hardcore.
Either way, like look at this spot. A lot of stuff to fly here.
I have some comments here. So this made it pretty far into a Bot Wars. Cool spot.
Oh, did he compete in the bot challenge?
This one's called Rock Kentucky FPV Bot Wars Final 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, is there a crack on the screen there? Oh no! Oh no! I can't stop looking at it.
There's nothing you can do at that point, especially if he's flying for a competition and he's like needing to put a video out. Boop.
It's more distracting when the hyper smooth or stabilization is on because it moves in and out of the frame. Yeah. All right. That was Austin Inspired. Hey, congratulations on making it to the Final 4. Thank you very much for.
If you've submitted, but like if you've made it past a couple of rounds in like a bracket style tournament like that, like that's pretty sick, man. You should be proud, and then you should try to push yourself to go even farther.
All right, so thank you very much for submitting. Now we're gonna ask for the audience to vote because it's more people, more feedback, the better you get, and then we'll watch it again. And I know I saw some things that I think you might want to consider.
I saw some things, yeah. Let's play it again. Here we go. Make sure everyone's voting.
It sounds nitpicky, and it's just my flavor. It's just the font you use for Austin Inspired. Font choice is tough. So
that one's more of a subjective comment if there ever was one. It's so hard.
I thought about it twice. But so stabilization, right? I don't know if it's because I fly FPV and I'm so hyper aware of it. If I see things coming in and out of frame that are on your quad, I can't help but like be distracted by it. And that's like I see your props coming in and out. I don't know why I can't stop looking at it. I love that power loop, by the way. That was great.
That power loop's great. I don't care about hyper smooth.
But the
I
things
agree
coming
that
in and
like
out
when
don't
it's
bug
in
you?
there and it's glaringly obvious, like yeah, it's a distraction. However, it's up to the pilot, hyper smooth or not, to make an entertaining flight. Like you can have a bad flight, a boring flight with or without hyper smooth, or you can have a great flight with or without hyper smooth.
There's a lot of picture that you might lose, but one thing that I've done when I've had like, okay, for example, in this particular one, you have a crack on your screen,
Lens, yeah.
on your lens, and so I would either choose not. Well, I guess on the GoPro stuff, you can't remove the stabilization. On the Insta360, you can. So in my case, because I use the Insta360, I would turn off and just use that footage without it. Because it's me, right? Like I just can't help but see it. The other thing, right, for the props earlier on, I would try to zoom, like in DaVinci Resolve they call it zoom, and I think they call it something else in whatever. But just bring the image in to cut out the parts of the quad that keep on entering into the frame. I don't know if that's just my weird like proclivity to look at that, but
No,
that's
no, I'm with you on that. Like I fly with hypersmooth, unapologetically, and you know, every once in a while, if I see that my little GoPro thing is peeking in there in the corner, I'll scale up 5%, you know, or sometimes the GoPro moves in the mount and there's more of it visible. Whenever I'm talking about dingles, it's always that someone's GoPro is in the corners of the frame like this. And so I always say, get your dingles out of the frame. So just scale up your image to remove them, and then you don't have that distraction in there.
It's like if I had this.
It's just like a dirty image. It's like if you were watching a movie and then all of a sudden you saw the like lighting crew, you know, and a gaffer or the food truck in the background over there. That's what it's like to me.
Can you imagine if I did the whole live stream like this?
Just that whiskey keeps getting lower
just
and lower throughout.
The dingles. It would get distracting.
Tingle free.
But the other thing too, right? So I use stabilization because it makes me look like a better pilot, and I have no problem saying that. It makes my footage a lot more consumable, especially to people who don't fly FPV. That's just what I think, and that's why I use it, and I am unapologetic. Like, I need all the help I can get to make the prettiest video that is satisfying to me.
Yeah.
However, if you have dingles, right, like from your 3D mount in your shot, I'm also aware like that possibly could be a flex, because if it's rock solid for the whole flight, then, well, to me, you're telling me I haven't turned on hypersmooth or stabilization, and I'm like, this is all fingers. And to me, I'm like, I get impressed. If you're really smooth on the sticks. Now, if you're not smooth on the sticks, I'm like, they should probably just turn on hypersmooth and just like zoom in, get rid of the dingles. But if you're not, and like you're super dope and like super smooth and it's all your fingers and no stabilization, I'm kind of like, all right. So it's up to you.
I understand. I understand the argument about the stabilization being on, off, whatever. I think that there is definitely something to the fact if you're flying with stabilization off and you're super, super smooth, then kudos to you for being that amazing. If Vanover flew with hypersmooth, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, to me, it always comes down to what are you presenting on the screen, and is it entertaining and enjoyable to watch? Because there are people out there that'll watch a big oily guy video who runs hypersmooth off, and he's like unapologetically rough around the edges with his flying style, right? But he's absolutely insane with it, and it's like a whole
charging.
It's charging. It's like a different thing.
it's a different vibe. It's a different aesthetic, and I'm with Dan on this. But I can say that the one place where for those people who don't have the option to turn on or off stabilization post recording, where having it off and always seeing your stuff without it on, unstabilized footage, where that's going to really benefit you is if you're really into the in real life contests, because it's your live feed that is watched, and the pilots who are really smooth on the sticks always make a better impression than the people who are kind of overcorrecting, like kind of all the things that stabilization is really good at kind of masking, the overcorrection, a lot of the movement, also the tune of your quad, like all of those things, like you don't get the benefit of stabilization in real life competition scenario. And as we can see by the sheer amount of events that are happening now, the in real life contests are becoming a thing. So it's something to think about. But it's one of those things that if you don't use it and you're super awesome, I'm like, that's cool. But if you use it, I never take it against, I never like hold it against anybody, because fucking I use it, you know, because I need all the help I can get.
You know, so like Slat uses it, and look at the videos he puts out when he puts them out, which has been forever now, but like his videos are really great and really fun to watch, and like that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Within the video, it's like that's what you have to. That's for me. I 100% agree with that. It's just, is it enjoyable? And for me, it was like, is my wife gonna like this, or you know, like my kids are gonna like this, or gonna think it's whatever. All right, let's give. We got off on a tangent, which I don't mind. I don't mind that.
Apologize, Austin Inspired. Great job on making it so far in the bot battle. I saw Danish say that you were pushing yourself, man. Always push yourself. Like, always strive to be better in anything and everything that you do. And
we are not sponsored.
And for our entertainment, push yourself in FPV freestyle. Because I love being blown away by people's flying.
It's the rate of innovation, which is so exciting. All right, let's give you some
scores.
Intentionality 4, speed 3, difficulty 4, variety 3, originality 4, production 3, je ne sais quoi, yes. Once you power loop something, once the next one on that obstacle should be tight. Okay, I'm gonna let you decipher that.
Once you power loop something once, the next one on that obstacle should be tight. So he's saying, like, if you're power looping the same thing over and over, you should be getting tighter and closer to it.
I agree.
So he did have some big power loops there. He did have some that were super close, but he did have some really big power loops.
Need speed, closer proximity on power loops. There it is. All right, let's give you a total. Austin Inspired. We got 4, 7, 11, 14, 18, 21, 22. Not bad. 22 out of 30. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing more videos from Austin Inspired. All right, up next, the randomizer has picked Louise Lyette Looped FPV.
That's a mouthful.
That's I think that's the YouTube name. I think it's just Looped is kind of the short end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And here we go.
Has he been on before?
Yeah, absolutely. GC Playground.
Yes, he has.
FPV freestyle. That thing just, that was funny. It was so alien looking. Ooh. Alright. See jitter here. Alright. So I'll just say it. I see that his props aren't moving in and out of view. I'm like, alright, unstabilized. And I'm like, okay, can we support that? Oh!
Look at this setup. They got themselves a little FPV
little drone park? Okay.
Look at this tree. You better are we going through that tree loop?
Some nights we overindulge. Kick back, shoot the shadow.
Seeing a little bit of need for a tune
Act on
here.
impulse. Met my love after
Or new props, I
so
can't
my
tell.
ribs closed for devils selling dreams at the disco. Took her hand and stumbled toward the exit. Felt the pressure build. Precious virtuosic
Like
flesh
the track.
clarinet is stressed to
Cool
kill.
little setup. I bet you that thing is a lot harder to
when they
fly
crack
around
the seven
than
seal
it
below the
seems.
solemn summer sky.
Woo!
Birds in the cage, rats in
Super
the
View will
belly,
make that thing.
snakes in the grass.
It's so funny what Super View will do. It'll make small things look a lot bigger than they are, and it'll make big things look way smaller than
Beneath the sleep like veil, I read the stomach lining of the beast like braille, and walk the street feeling like my feet might fail.
That's how I learned. You can do it too.
I'm learning not to hold my tongue, but how to hold a tune with the drop of
Ooh, get it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
from an
that's a
open
tough,
moon.
the
Below
tight little
full
pilot.
moon, reposing in the womb, sticking acupuncture pins in your thick skull balloon. I make my way through the forest and chart progress, following the queen, running with sharp objects. Stop
You're
catching
charging
breath,
at
set
the
the hatchet down.
I know, at the much smaller, at the much smaller palette.
Proletariat, the lowly. Lost Lord, we get down on both knees, choking back tears while the world moves at full speed. You give them time, they'll pilfer the village blind. What till is they're building shrines to realists and Philistines, and hide shame with pride. I'm guilty of the same sin, born with the same snake attached at the brain stem. Strange, beautiful things losing their wings from heaven's
I wonder if there was a
promised heights to the crucible
video
flames.
penetration
Birds in the
issue,
cage, rats in the belly, snakes
like
in the grass.
out of the trees, because the pilot loops the sting really high above the trees over there, and then drops down. I'm trying to understand why.
That's 230 right there.
Okay,
Let's get the voting link out there for everyone to weigh in on.
all right, here we
Thank
go.
you guys for voting and participating on this. I think this is what we love about the show, and it's just, you know, all of us trying to push each other to be better at FPV.
Push,
I
push.
think that's what this is all about.
All right.
All
Let's,
right, so
no,
link is up
again.
in the chat. Click on that link, put your votes in, and we'll watch this a second time to give you guys a chance to vote.
I don't know why I think that looks so funny. Just the way that particular drone just flew in there, like super level. Yeah, it's weird looking. We live in the future.
I have a couple
Strange
thoughts.
overtones, God bless the
Yeah.
overgrown child that could hold his own, throwing stones at the sky full of drones.
I mean, one I commented on a couple times, that tree. I wish you'd charge at that
Insects
tree.
nesting in his mobile phone.
But the other one is from an editing perspective.
Okay.
I've seen him do the inverted yaw spin over the power lines, like, it seems like 4 or 5 times in this video. Right there. That's a move that you like quite a bit, and it looks really cool. But when you're doing a video, I think it's important to pair that sort of thing down.
Yeah. I agree. I especially think that the FPV community, who's primarily your main audience, is very notices redundancy and repetition quite a bit. Like, even following the same path, we can't help ourselves because we're looking at the spot and we're looking at how you're interpreting it. So,
I learned. You can do it.
and again, like, these are your pieces of creativity that you're putting on display. You can do whatever you want. We only offer the feedback, but I would pick the best one, pick the best line, right? Like, Dan, anyone who flies with me knows it's annoying. Like, I fly the same line for hours, but for me, I'm just trying to get, like, one, to have an experience and feel a sense of accomplishment in getting what I set out to get. And if at the end of the day, even if it's like a 5-hour day and I have 4 hours of footage, if I only come up with 1 minute that I'm really proud of, like, I'm totally fine with that. And usually I come up with other stuff just because I'm trying to take a break from the line. But That's one way to approach this. I do like the work you're doing around here. It's just,
Yeah, this is a small setup. This is a deceptively small setup they've got going here, and it's a great show of control and consistency.
That's how I learned. You can do it too.
you find nice and low and so tight here, and then when you get on the bigger obstacles that I guess are a little bit scarier because like the big tree over there to the right now, I get it. If you get caught in it, that's a day, or that's a little bit of time.
That's a little bit of time out of your day getting the quad, yeah, but
I get it.
it's there, and all of us are looking at that big tree with the nice inviting gap in it. Why don't you just shoot it? Just shoot the gap.
But the other thing too is the entrance, right? So the inverted yaw over the power lines that lead you to the other side of that tree or bush line or whatever. There's a walk-in entrance that I was just dying to see you come into this parking area using. So not sure if that was just a technical obstacle, like you couldn't get reception or whatever, but I think the feedback is that we can't help but look at all the possibility, and so we want to see you explore that. So love to see you fly the spot again. Looped. Let's give you some responses.
See.
Intentionality 3, speed 4, difficulty 4, variety 3, originality 3, production 3, genetic Y. Yes. No responses. Let's give you a total, sir, or person. 3, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 20. 20 out of 30. Not bad, Looped. Not bad at all.
Nice.
All right, we're at
Thank you for
10:31.
submitting, man. I hope you submit another one for us in the near future.
Let's do one more and then call it a night. So
Let's do. We did kind of veer a couple times to talk about the Vanny thing. Let's do two more.
two more.
Two
You
more.
Sold me out.
Two more.
Let's just do 11 more. No. All right, two more.
We'll do
So
another
ne-
fly high
Yeah, I
5
know.
hour.
Trauma. All right, up next we have J-Bo FPV.
J-Bo.
J-Bo FPV, which was J-Bo was the last to submit. Got it in right before we started the show, and the randomizer has selected you. And this is our first from J-Bo, if I'm not mistaken. So this is Sunday Fun Day, FPV Freestyle.
Hey, Otto, man, keep that shit rolling.
I done came out and went back in it. I done found out why they
I like your
mad at
logo.
me. Seating compartment, I keep me a pack in it. She say she like how I'm smacking it. On sipping lean and she sipping a daiquiri. I'm in the back of her mouth like a cavity. My bitch bad naturally. I done came up with a strategy. I can show you how to get it mathematically. I done came up with a plan. I do what I want and you do what you can. I for the big back to back like a relay. I just made $3,000 on a cheat day. I can take my shirt off and sell it on eBay. I ain't really worried about the he say, she say. Hard on the bitch, can't give her no leeway. You ain't getting cake, bitch, fuck your B-day. I just got the pay from an essay. And I had the shit gone the next day. I can see through the hate shit like an x-ray. Told my bitch I'ma get right one day. I'm finna make a deposit.
Nice.
Like LeBron James, yo mixtape flopping. Like a trichonium on popping. I gotta get this money, I ain't got another option. P-I-M-P, put it in my pocket. Might as well turn up, cause everybody watching. I done came out and went back in it. I done found out why they mad at me. Hidden compartment, I keep me a pack in
Gonna have a new neighbor
it. She say
soon.
she like how I'm smacking.
I know.
I'm sipping lean and she sipping a daiquiri. I'm in the back of her mouth like a cavity.
Me being me, I'd be like, I hope they don't mind me flying my drones.
Came up with a strategy.
We're gonna have real
I can show you
problems.
How to get it mathematically. I done came up with a strategy. I can show you how to get it mathematically. I done came up with a strategy.
Cash.
I can show you
Oh,
how to get
gotta
it
go under there.
No. Hey,
Yeah!
how to get it mathematically. I done came up with a plan. I do what I want and you do what you can.
Ew.
I like
Oh,
that
did
move.
you
I
see
wish
Jack
it
there?
didn't stop. That was like such a good moment of flow in there.
Whip got horsepower like the motor came out of crate.
It's funny because I don't think the pilot wanted. I don't think J-Bo wanted to stop either. and it was just like the momentum was drawing him like down because he like flicked out of it. He was like, get me out of here.
Like some raid, I'ma spray mine. And I'm a big dog like a K9. I done find out why they hate now. They thought I ain't had what it take. So I'ma rub this shit in
You know you want to find a hole in there. Gotta find a hole in there before the neighbors come.
Came in her face like it 3D.
Yeah, seriously.
Time's limited, J-Bo.
Those gaps are gonna be gone soon, bro.
Around midnight. I put this dick in on windpipe. I'ma send a pack over.
Oh, that looks cool under there.
Ooh.
It looks so cool under there.
Went back in it. I done found out why they mad at me. Hidden compartment, I keep me a pack in it.
It looks neat in there. I don't mind that you did that 3 times. I like looking at that.
I'm in the back of her mouth like a cavity. My bitch bad naturally. I done came up with a strategy. I can show you how.
Oh, that's Maddie right there. And a blind parody. Get it. Oh, no.
I can show you how to get it.
Gotta hit that. That's dope.
All right, J-Bo.
Nice J-Bo.
stuff.
Hey, fun. That was fun. Let me see here. Let me just write Mr. J-Bo's name on this so we don't get confused. J-Bo FPV. I'm having fun. This is good times. Copy. And then, all right. So if you are out there, hit the Google form up. We'll play it again.
Let's do it.
Hey, Otto, man, keep that shit rolling.
I done came out and went back in it. I done found out why they mad at me. Hidden compartment, I keep me a pack in it. She say she like how I'm smacking it. On sipping lean.
I'll just be honest with you. As soon as I saw like a neighborhood fight, I was like,
my bitch bad.
It's hard to.
I done came up with a strategy. I can show you how to.
It's hard to
I done came up with a plan. I do what I want and you do.
Have an interesting location when you're flying around your house, but
unless you live on a cement pyramid thing in South America.
But I think that there was enough here. With those big old trees and then the neighbor across the street underneath. So
I will say the one thing about it is that I'm seeing in this video is again like I watch this and I look at it and I say, okay, this is J-Bo going out, enjoying himself, having a good flight. Like, he's not overthinking it. He's not trying to like make the next mind-blowing video or whatever. But he's ping-ponging back and forth between his house and the house across the street, and it's a lot of very similar types of movements. And I like seeing variety. Like, when I go out, I try to make it a point. At least I try to catch myself. Like, if I've flown this same type of line X amount of times, I really need to stop and I need to do something different to give it variety.
I think this is could even be considered almost a style, right? Where and it's very, we see it a lot, so I don't know if it's intentional as a style or not, but it's like kind of that swoopy style where we're constantly going from high altitude to low altitude, high altitude, low altitude. And I think what your comment there was is like, hey, you're bouncing back from the neighbor's yard. You went down the street, went into your backyard, went to the neighbor's yard. You're kind of going back and forth between like the new construction and your backyard. And you're doing like this very kind of dynamic altitude kind of thing. And I think that what is very prevalent right now in FPV is as you go from one location or one area within a site to another, if you're hitting all of the obstacles between the beginning of that line and the end, rather than like bouncing back and forth and being like, hey, I'm in my backyard and there's an obstacle here, and then I'm gonna zip over to the neighbors and there's an obstacle over here, and then I'm gonna go back to mine and do a different obstacle. Like, I just think I'm just making you aware that I think a lot of the videos that are getting a lot of really good feedback, not just on our show, but just in general, have a tendency where it's like, if you have a beginning point and an end point, the pilot is attacking every single obstacle between the 2 points and not going back and forth, because that creates a lot of dead time, right, as you're traveling. So that would be just my one observation. Okay. I got responses.
Light FPV was saying you should teach your new neighbors to fly, so then you could fly with each other and in each other's backyards.
Just chase them off, like have the house half constructed and then make it so that they won't want to move in.
That is going to be the benefit. There's going to be that Brando situation when that house is half built. Some interesting stuff is going to open up in there.
The construction crew's going to wonder why there's all these plastic bits of prop all over the place. Multicolored prop, like they won't know. All right, responses. Nice amount of feedback this late in the show. We appreciate it. Intentionality is a 4. Speed's a 4. Difficulty is a 4. Variety is a 3.5. Originality is a 3.5. Production is a 3. Je ne sais quoi is a yes. Notice that every video has gotten the je ne sais quoi, and that is arguably the most important point of this all. But whew, that whiskey is in my chest. Definitely made the most of the spot. Got all over and was different each trip to the same area. So that's exactly the point. I mean, some people love it, some people notice, some people want different stuff. All them trees, and you hardly explored them. Are you locked at 25 milliwatts?
See,
so
I was under the impression watching that he had really good flow throughout the whole thing, because the whole thing was a 1-pack too, but it was going back and forth to the same obstacles for the most part and doing maybe slightly different variations on that obstacle, but it's not like it didn't feel varied enough.
It was interesting because more obstacles became revealed throughout the course of the 2 minutes and whatever. And I think that because it's kind of like you kind of got us into a pattern of like, oh yeah, he's going to go here and then he's going to go here. It's kind of pendulum. And I think that there's so much that you've shown us. Like I can think of all the different areas that if you were to do it, maybe that's the challenge for you. Can you do like moving from point A to point B, but just do everything, like figure out a way to do everything in a sequential line? I think I would be interested in seeing, hey, is that like, does that make the feedback different than what you're going to get now?
Right.
So, all right, let's Toto.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I love talking about this stuff.
Thank you for submitting, J-Bo.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
4 for intentionality, and then 8, 12, 16, 20, 23. Dennis Quayes, 24 out of 30. That's an awesome first score.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to make it clear, I hope my comments don't detract. That was a great flight. I'm just making, comments to help push you.
Yeah. And I hope that people understand, like, we don't know, we only see what you put up, and we're only commenting on the video and what you show us. So that's kind of why we say don't put up stuff that, is from a year and a half ago that you're like, you want to qualify, because we don't know how you flew yesterday. All we can see is the video, and everything again is meant to make you better. And I hope that you're getting that. But I just want to bring this up. That whole, like, when Dan and I were kind of having this conversation around the session 5 and how that could be used, it really dawned on me. And I thought, what a great piece of art. Just like what we just saw from Jabo is a really interesting work of creativity. And I don't know if you want to call it art, but let's just call it art. Like, look at the amount of conversation this is driving, like, it's really interesting stuff. And I'm really impressed by everything we've seen today. because there's something worth talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's opinion, right? So nice job, Jabo. We look forward to seeing more from you.
Quick shout out to Forevermore. I hear in the chat that it might be his birthday.
Oh,
Happy
snap.
birthday. And he's
Um,
handing out je ne sais quoi points left and right. Bam, 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 bam. Everybody feels good on Forevermore's birthday.
well, is it Forevermore's birthday right now? I think that let's do Forevermore as our last one. Happy birthday.
Get out, really? Nice.
Sure.
Let's do it.
No, it's not for real. The randomizer picks someone else, but it's your birthday. So
It's your
Forevermore,
birthday.
we appreciate you. And so
Da-da-da-da-da.
it's your birthday.
Da-da-da.
But if it makes everyone feel more comfortable and you want me to lie to you and say that the randomizer did pick it, yeah, the randomizer picked Forevermore.
Picked it. It's
Yeah.
fortuitous.
It
It was
All right, so this is
fate.
It was fate. All right, so this is Forevermore. This is the DadBodDadBod challenge. I don't even know what that. I didn't know
what that is.
I don't know what I just said a challenge, but I hope you met it because I will be. Oh snap! I remember this. Oh.
He's using one of your tracks. Is this one of your tracks?
It is, yeah.
Forevermore, always pulling out the trippy colors.
Oh, it's a whole session. There's so many cars to people playing.
No, he wasn't done. He
No.
thought he was done. And he's like, nah, going out for more.
Like I got 0.2 more volts. I do that all the time. I hate where you guys parked. I'll just say it. Why do you guys gotta park in the middle of like the flight line?
Oh, he's getting to the building. Get closer on that dive.
Smack it.
Yeah, you
Oh
can
my-
literally smack these buildings.
Yeah,
To like
don't
get
take-
yourself close and to figure out your spatial awareness, like fucking chuck your quad at the wall. I mean,
you just gotta hit it flat.
not at full speed, but
Yeah. I wonder if that antenna tower. Well, I wonder if it's just one of those that like completely like fucks up all radio signal. But is there a gate around that? There is a lot of possibility.
we're at the 230 mark right there.
All right.
230
This is-
mark.
All right. So this is Forevermore. Oh wait.
Oh. It's
What?
Wait, it's Waldo's birthday as well. Blue wrenching for us. We didn't even know it was his birthday. Happy
Hey,
birthday,
Walt.
my
Happy
friend.
birthday, bro.
Waldo. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Waldo.
I heard he's going to a spot real soon that I really want to go to.
He went today. I
He
think.
went today. Oh,
Yeah.
he went to the mall spot. Oh, I really want to go to that mall spot so bad.
It's
Forevermore
gated.
was saying that it was gated.
That's okay. That's not worth jumping into. All right. So the voting form for Forevermore, Mr. Birthday, is out. Give him honest feedback because that's what makes people better pilots. And we'll play this one again. And I'm
DadBod challenge.
pick better music. I think you're gonna know. I think you're gonna guess my comment.
I mean, yeah.
Get down.
Height, get down to the ground. Like
down.
with Franco's music, you gotta get down.
Gotta get down. Yeah, because it's obvious, you know. There's no difference between doing this, what you're doing right now, 10 feet off of the ground cruising versus 2 feet. You have the same amount of control. And I commented, why are you guys parked right in the middle of where you're flying? I would have picked an end of this field, I would have picked an end so that you have the full range to give yourself these big old lines. And also, that's a really fun tree section.
Forevermore, saying get lower, even lower. Yes, bro. Get a lot lower. You should, if you can, spend a couple packs. Try just lawn mowing. Flying under the tree canopies.
On my YouTube channel, that is. So I just did a quick shorts tip series on getting good at FPV freestyle. Just like common suggestions I provided to pilots who've asked for it, and I thought that it would be just easier just to make a YouTube short. And one of the biggest suggestions I make is like spend a lot of packs just cruising straight over the ground as low as you could possibly go until the lawnmower in some sims. And that'll train you on throttle control and reading the ground. And you start at 5 feet, and then you go to 4, 3, 2 until you're just like in light in his video, until you're trimming the grass. And the benefits of doing that exercise pay off big time in proximity freestyle.
What to me is one of the most satisfying FPV things is it's either when you're early in the day or late in the day. The shadow. Getting your drone shadow in shot and just trying to get as close to your shadow as possible. That is so fun and always looks so cool. And
you'll see it and once you start noticing it, you will never unnotice it. And it's that when the sun's behind your quad and your quad is casting the shadow on the pavement, when your quad and its shadow meet, and that means that you are as close to the ground as possible. That is so satisfying, I think, to everybody.
So Forevermore was saying, I think this is in relation to the spot they're flying from, that in there the cops don't ask us to move. So they're flying from there out of a place of necessity.
That particular, we freeze framed on it. That particular, if you go off to the right. No, I get it.
Cops can be weird about shit sometimes. Yeah.
This spot is good. Even though you're sending your drone all over this place. I get it. Cops.
Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't cops. I don't want to be hassled. I just want to fly. So if the cop's not gonna hassle me if I park my car, 30 feet over, fine. All
right. So not as many responses as we'd like, but I get it.
Danish is voting. Danish is voting right now.
Gotta vote. Hang on.
So Waldo talking about his video today from the mall. Mine doesn't need critiquing. I broke everything fast and could only use 2 minutes from the whole day. And then Goldfinger responds with, most people only last 2 minutes anyway.
That sucks. I've been there.
Yeah.
But I guess the question is, Waldo, were you just so excited that you went for it on the first
too quickly?
Yeah. Or was it like just mechanical failure that can't be avoided over time? Because I've been in both spots, and they both are challenging. All right, I got 4 responses. I'm ready to roll with that.
Let's do it.
Stranger
Let's
Things
do
is a call in me. Intentionality 4, speed 4, difficulty 4, variety 4, originality 4, production 2. Je ne sais quoi? Yes. The trippy color thing is cool, but please give it to us in smaller doses. Yeah, when you flip to it at the beginning, I thought you were going to be flipping back and forth. We just kind of stayed there, so that was just my experience. Why are you so negative, bro? I get what you did there. I get it. Liven up your life with some color. Happy birthday, much love. You are beautiful. Get low, hit the flow, dance with the trees around, add in a little juicy. So let's give you a total, but again, forevermore. You're the man, and happy birthday to you. Let us know how turning 21 is. Let's give you a total. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 23. Not bad for a birthday score. And happy birthday once again. All right. If you've hung out with us this long, thank you so much. This is a ton of fun.
Can I make a special request?
Oh yeah, sure.
Can we play Goldfinger Operator's video?
Yeah.
Let's play Goldfinger Operator's video.
Okay.
I've been wanting to see this. I've been holding out. I haven't watched it because I know he submitted for the thing. The randomizer was not in his favor today, but we're gonna watch it.
All right. Eat greens and stay hydrated. In all fairness, let's just give this the watch and not the vote. I don't want to set a precedent of favoritism, even though.
Right.
Yeah, is this Indian Lakes? I know that hole.
Oh, Willow. That sapling, it just sprung up out of nowhere. Danger factor. Dude, he's
Willow. Yeah. I think he was lining up for the gap underneath that walkway.
He's ripping there.
This is the Deep 6 quad, no?
This is the Deep 6, yeah.
Look at the amount of confidence it gives you.
Dang, it's so pretty flying over the water like that.
God, so
The
close, yeah.
reflection.
How close it is. Yes, you're so close. I love it. How low you are. Go!
Oh!
I don't know if there's a gap underneath there. Oh.
Dunk. Plunk.
Oh, did that have a float on it too?
Yep.
Dude, this is flying with a float on it? It doesn't look
Uh-huh.
like it. That's incredible. This is I'm not sponsored by Deep 6. That's the flight characteristics of this drone look like a regular 5-inch. It doesn't look like it's carrying a float.
I think that's a great testament to kind of.
Yeah,
Because there are other waterproof things that are like these really bulbous
showing off now.
kind of shells that don't fly as good, and this is awesome.
Hey man, Bishop, that was great. I'm glad we watched that. Deep 6
Yeah.
it is. All right, that's the show. Give an extra
What
half
a
hour
great
there.
show!
That was fun.
Danish. Falcon X. Light
Congratulations.
had a fire video. There are a lot
So
of
much.
fire videos today.
A lot of good conversation. We appreciate it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Tell your friends, tell your FPV friends. The more feedback from more people, the better. That way we're not just running the conversation and it's everybody. We really appreciate the community. Congrats to all the winners of all the other events who've been part of this. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Good night.
There we go. Later. Good night, guys.